Have you ever felt the sting of disrespect? Someone cutting you off mid-sentence, dismissing your ideas, or perhaps talking behind your back? In today's world, disrespect seems to come at us from all angles. Colleagues, family members, even strangers online. But what if I told you that 2,000-year-old wisdom could help you not just endure these situations, but transform them? Today, we're diving into how Stoic philosophy offers 10 powerful techniques for handling people who don't respect you. 1. Recognize that their disrespect is about them, not you. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." The Stoics understood a fundamental truth. How others treat us is largely determined by their own character, not ours. When someone disrespects you, remember, they're acting from their own insecurities, limitations, and flawed understanding. Their behavior reveals their character, not your worth. As Epictetus taught, remember that it is we who torment ourselves, that no one else can torment us. By recognizing this, you free yourself from taking disrespect personally. The Stoics would say this is the first step toward reclaiming your power. Understanding that others' opinions are outside your control, but your response remains entirely within it. 2. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." The dichotomy of control is perhaps the most practical Stoic principle for handling disrespect. What you can control, your judgments, reactions, values, and decisions. What you can't control, others' behaviors, opinions, or respect for you. When someone disrespects you, ask yourself, what elements of this situation can I influence? Instead of wasting energy trying to force someone to respect you, invest that energy in your own character and response. This shift in focus transforms you from victim to agent, the exact mental reframing the Stoics practice daily. 3. Practice indifference to external validation. Marcus Aurelius asked that, does what's happened keep you from acting with justice, generosity, self-control, sanity, prudence, honesty, humility, straightforwardness? Stoics understood that chasing others' approval creates a life of anxiety and dependency. Instead, they focused on cultivating virtue regardless of external recognition. When someone disrespects you, remind yourself that your worth doesn't depend on their opinion. Ask, has their disrespect prevented me from being kind, fair, or courageous? Practice seeing compliments and insults as equally meaningless to your core value. This indifference to external validation, what the Stoics called apatheia, isn't about not caring. It's about caring more about your character than others' fleeting judgments. 4. Use disrespect as training for virtue. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." For Stoics, obstacles are opportunities. When someone disrespects you, treat it as a chance to develop. Patience. Can you remain calm in the face of provocation? Compassion. Can you recognize the insecurity behind their behavior? Wisdom. Can you extract a lesson from this interaction? Seneca encouraged us to thank the people who make us uncomfortable, for they've strengthened our character. Next time you face disrespect, silently thank that person for this opportunity to practice virtue. They've unknowingly become your teacher. 5. Remember your shared humanity. Marcus Aurelius taught us that human beings are social creatures, born to live together. Moreover, born to live in rational and social communities. Stoicism emphasizes our shared nature as rational beings. When facing disrespect, remember that the person disrespecting you is acting from ignorance. Consider that they may be suffering in ways you cannot see. Recall that we are all capable of disrespectful behavior. This perspective doesn't excuse their behavior, but helps you respond with understanding rather than resentment. As Marcus Aurelius advised, begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. This expectation isn't pessimistic. It's realistic and preparatory. 6. Respond rather than react. Remember this Stoic principle. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Stoicism teaches the critical difference between reaction and response. Reaction, immediate, emotional, often regrettable. Response, intentional, principled, aligned with your values. When faced with disrespect, pause and create space between the trigger and your action. Ask, what would the wise person do here? Choose words that reflect your character, not their provocation. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. This deliberate response transforms potential conflict into an opportunity to demonstrate wisdom. 7. Set boundaries without anger. Seneca said, "To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden." Stoicism doesn't advocate passivity in the face of disrespect. Instead, it teaches us to set boundaries from a place of calm strength. State your expectations clearly without emotional reactivity. Express consequences matter-of-factly rather than as threats. Remove yourself from situations that persistently undermine your dignity. As Seneca noted, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. When establishing boundaries, wait until your emotions have settled, then speak from principle rather than pain. 8. Practice negative visualization. Seneca advised us that, rehearse potential evils so they cannot catch you unawares. The Stoic practice of negative visualization, premeditatio malorum, prepares you for disrespect before it happens. Imagine scenarios where you might face disrespect. Mentally rehearse responding with dignity and wisdom. Consider the worst possible outcomes and realize you can handle them. This practice inoculates you against the shock of disrespect and prevents you from being destabilized when it occurs. As Epictetus advised, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish, but wish for everything to happen as it actually does happen. 9. Choose selective disengagement. Epictetus taught us that the chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Stoicism teaches strategic disengagement, knowing when further interaction is futile. Assess whether engagement serves your character development. Recognize when someone is incapable of mutual respect. Withdraw your attention without resentment. This isn't about running away, but about wisely allocating your limited resources of time and energy. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Sometimes the most powerful response to disrespect is calm detachment. 10. Find the humor in human foibles. Follow this Stoic principle. We must learn to view life as a comedy rather than a tragedy. Stoics recognize the absurdity in human behavior and the freedom that comes with humor. See the comical nature of someone getting worked up over trivial matters. Recognize the universal comedy of human ego and insecurity. Use gentle humor as a tool for perspective-taking. This isn't about mockery, but about the liberating perspective that comes with not taking everything so seriously. As Seneca advised, he who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. The ultimate Stoic response to disrespect isn't about controlling others. It's about mastering yourself. Remember, you can't control whether people respect you, but you can always control whether you remain worthy of respect. These ancient philosophical tools aren't just theoretical. They've guided everyone from Roman emperors to modern CEOs through challenges far greater than disrespect. Which of these Stoic approaches resonated with you the most? Share in the comments below. If you found value in these timeless principles, hit the like button and subscribe for more practical wisdom that has stood the test of time. Until next time, remember Marcus Aurelius's words: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next exploration of ancient wisdom for modern life.